Hi, my name is Patricia Baranowski-Schneider, marketing guru with over 34 years experience in IR/PR marketing. Today I'm going to talk about experiential marketing and branding today so that you can think of it as a valid marketing strategy tool, increase your brand recognition and loyalty, and leave your audience with something to remember you by. Now, if you're new to this and want to learn how to use my strategy, psychology, and creative thinking to create brands that go beyond the images, you've come to the perfect spot. If you want to accelerate your results, click the notification bell and subscribe button. Now, experiential marketing is another phase used in marketing that's sometimes glossed over, which is understandable. Experiential marketing seems like one of those concepts that some marketer invented because he didn't like the term event marketing or brand experience. There's so many different marketing terms out there that many of them do have a tendency to overlap with one another. However, experiential marketing is a viable method in and of itself that you may use in your marketing plan to establish your brand. So what exactly is experiential marketing then? It's a type of distinctive marketing. In other words, that enables the brand to interact with the audience in a way that they wouldn't often do. The audience can interact with the brand in a really distinctive way through these experiences, which could be a pop-up kiosk, a test drive in a limited edition car, an interactive billboard, or another type of experience. The effect of this is that it leaves a lasting memory on the consumer and the individual who had the experience. It's also been demonstrated to increase brand awareness and loyalty. Additionally, if you execute it successfully, you can gain media attention. If you can think of a very inventive approach to provide your audience with a special experience, it's a highly effective strategy to build brand recognition and raise the profile of your business. You can even gain some PR to go along with that. Consequently, why employ experiential marketing? Well, attracting attention is truly the main goal of experiential marketing. You're acting in a way that's wholly unusual, something out of the ordinary. And what that accomplishes, it gives the viewer the genuine sense of novelty that they haven't seen anything like this before. They've never interacted with the brand in this way before, and as I stated, that creates a lasting impression and memory that'll keep the brand at the forefront of consumers' minds for a long time. The ability to create an experience that's in line with the position you wish to hold in the minds of your audience is the other reason you might utilize experiential branding. So let's assume you want to associate your brand with energy. Then you might develop an immersive marketing campaign or brand experience where you offer that audience a shot of adrenaline. In order to make your audience understand that you're a brand that's associated with this concept, you should thus align your brand with that sentiment and experience. What therefore accounts for its success in the experiential marketing? It provides us with the human connection we so desperately need. Whether it's with other people or brands we do business with, we're constantly seeking human connection. Additionally, 74% of consumers stated that they would be much more inclined to engage with the brand and make a purchase from it if they had a unique experience with it. Consequently, that's one of the reasons it's so successful. And if you consider how we interact with others and what we share with them, you'll see that we frequently talk about experiences we've had with our friends and family. And if you have a special encounter with the brand, you're much likely to tell someone about it. Instance, if you shared a story about a commercial at your store. That word-of-mouth marketing, which develops from the experience itself, is thus one of the distinct facets of experiential marketing. People then spread the word to their friends and relatives, which may lead to being covered by the media, such as TV, radio, or newspaper, giving you an additional exposure. Therefore, which is it? Experience branding or experiential marketing? Experiential marketing is the phase used most frequently, and it focuses entirely on drawing attention. Giving potential customers a distinctive experience is key to ensuring that they remember your brand. They give the brand a very distinctive position in their minds and connects it to a certain experience, but it may also fall within the umbrella of branding. In order to really give them that sense of novelty that they're experiencing something truly unique, you might have an onboarding process that will give your audience, that will give your customer a unique experience that will make them feel, I'm really glad that I chose this brand. So that might be in the form of a unique email or handwritten letter or something. And it directly relates to your brand's overall experience as well as the interaction you want your audience to have with it. It encompasses both experience branding and marketing. So how may experiential marketing benefit your tiny brand or company? Experiential marketing, and I don't use that word lightly, can be extremely expensive. I'll demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about there in an example. It truly doesn't have to be that pricey or require a large budget. Experiential marketing is intended to help you accomplish this if your objective is to provide your audience or your consumers a memorable experience that they'll associate with your brand. And as I already stated, a huge budget, it's not required. So for instance, in the previous example, you might have an onboarding process where you write a handwritten letter or note to every single customer that you take on. This sense of tangibility, the perception that someone has taken the time to write out a thank you note or write out a note to give them something valuable or some kind of unique experience will really stick with them. Additionally, you can accomplish this by creating a customized video. You may welcome your customers with a personalized video today by picking up your phone or using software that's available. And in that kind of society, where everything's mechanized and no longer personal, that may really stand out. So give your audience some serious thought. Consider the experience with which you want your brand to be associated. Then consider how you can provide your audience with something similar. Let's examine an illustration of experiential marketing. You might recall this back from 2012. An Australian skydiver was taken to the edge of the atmosphere for a Red Bull Stratus experiment marketing campaign where he jumped from a balloon and set a new world record. As a former skydiver, I can definitely recall this. This campaign was an illustration of experiential marketing. Although the customer didn't really experience anything tangible or tactile as a result of the campaign, 8 million people watched it live on Red Bull's various streaming services, which resulted in significant PR and earned media coverage. Even though only 8 million people saw it live, it received over 200 million views, and sales increased by almost 7% over the next 6 months. Therefore, this is a good illustration of how experiential marketing may develop into experiential branding. It all comes down to leaving the audience with a special recollection. Furthermore, memory is a component of the experience, and the experience is connected to the position the brand aspires to. Because Red Bull owns the word extreme in their audience's thoughts, that's the position the brand wanted to take in this situation. Additionally, the 8 million viewers who watched it live will never forget that particular moment, and it only serves to highlight the potency of experiential marketing. Small firms don't have to send employees into space because they lack the funding to do so. Recall what I stated earlier. Making a mark is everything. Giving your audience a distinctive experience is key, and that experience should reflect the feelings you want them to have about your brand. What place in your audience's mind do you want them to occupy? And the more creative you can be with this, the greater the potential you have for making a truly original impression on your audience and leaving a truly original memory. Therefore, set aside a large budget for the time being. It all comes down to putting yourself in your customer's position, figuring out the experience you want them to have and the perception you want them to have of your brand, and then coming up with a very original way to deliver it so they'll remember you and associate your brand with that memory. Marketing is a technique that's always changing. Don't fall asleep at the wheel then. Always try new things, learn new things, and look for new ways to sell yourself. I'm only a phone call away if my 34 years of experience can ever be of assistance. 516-473-4052. You can find out more about me on my website, pbarronowski.com. Thank you.